So a few nights ago, the Vegas Golden Knights won the Cup against the Florida Panthers in 5 games, and a member of that team was Phil Kessel. Yes, Phil Kessel.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
And after they won the Cup, this is what Phil Kessel had to say.
You're playing next year, right?
Oh yeah, I plan on playing. Who knows where it's at, but I feel young, and I love to play, and I always want to play, and I plan on playing as long as I can.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Jack.
Yeah, thank you.
That gave me the idea to re-simulate his career. So this is what this video is. We're going to be re-simulating Phil Kessel's career and see if he can win 3 Stanley Cups or more. So let's get right into it. To start off, he's going to be a high elite 76 overall player. He's right behind Connor Bedard potential because, no one's better than Connor Bedard ever. To start off his career, he's getting selected 2nd overall by the Anaheim Ducks. Phil Kessel decides to stay inside the WHL for one more season. At the end of the season, the Hurricanes is leading all teams with 108 points. Connor McDavid leads the league with 112 points. He also leads the league in goal scoring with 60 goals. Spencer Knight leads the goaltending with 46 wins, 24 losses, 2 overtime losses, a .914 save percentage, and a .269 goals against. The Winnipeg Jets win the Stanley Cup and ends Canada's Cup drought, and hopefully Phil Kessel will actually play next season. Phil will be starting off as an 82 overall, and he will be playing on the first line with Zegras and Troy Terry. Kessel is putting up 58 points in his rookie season, and the Ducks are finishing first inside the entire league. But the Ducks season is not going to last very much longer, as they are getting swept in the second round to the Sharks. Kessel is only putting up 4 points in 10 postseason games. He got to work on his clutchness in the postseason. The Avalanche is beating the Panthers in 5 games to win the Stanley Cup. Kessel starting off season 2 as an 87 overall, and he's still playing on the first line with Zegras and Troy Terry. And Kessel's finishing out the season with 43 goals, 45 assists for 88 points. The Ducks will be placing 2nd in the league, 1 point behind Tampa Bay. McDavid is finishing out the season with 64 goals, 59 assists for 123 points. He's also leading the entire league in goals. Allmark leads all goaltenders with a 46, 24, and 5 record, a .916 save percentage, and a .272 goals against. The Kraken eliminate the Ducks in 5 games in the second round. Kessel puts up a 12-point campaign in 11 postseason games. Seattle went on to win the Stanley Cup. Going into season number 3, Kessel is currently at an 89 overall, and it's also his last year on his $950K deal. Kessel is also still playing on the first line with Zegras and Troy Terry. At the end of the season, Kessel leads the Ducks with 119 points, and the Ducks play 2nd inside the entire league, 1 point behind the Florida Panthers. Kessel led the entire league in points and in goals this season. Spencer Knight led all goaltenders with a 52, 18, and 2 record, .916 save percentage, and a .257 goals against. The Ducks got eliminated for the 3rd straight time in the second round, and Kessel had 9 points in 11 playoff games. The Wild won the Stanley Cup. Ovechkin and Phil Kessel retired this season. Ovechkin did indeed pass Gretzky's goal record. Phil Kessel re-signed the Ducks on a 5-year, $14.3 million deal, and he's starting off season number 4 as a 92 overall, and he's also still playing on the first line with Zegras and Troy Terry. Phil Kessel finished the season with 46 goals and 47 assists for 92 points, as the Ducks finished 21st in the league and missing the playoffs for the first time in Phil Kessel's career. The Panthers finished 1st in the league with 120 points. Kucherov led the entire league with 119 points, and he also led the league with a casual 71 goals. Spencer Knight leads all goaltenders once again with 46 wins, 15 losses, 4 overtime losses, a .917 save percentage, and a .243 goals against. And the Florida Panthers won the Stanley Cup. Phil Kessel is starting off season 5 as a 91 overall. Phil Kessel is playing on the first line with Zegras and Cardwell. Phil Kessel had a down season, finishing the season with only 78 points, as the Ducks finished 14th in the league, barely making the playoffs. The Canucks led the entire league with 113 points, and somehow a 42-year-old Malkin put up 134 points to lead the entire league. But David Pastrnak put up 68 goals, and that's good enough to lead the entire league. Laurent Brossoit put up a 47, 23, and 6 record with a .913 save percentage and a .269 goals against to lead all goaltenders. The Ducks made it all the way to the Cup final, but lost in 5 games to the Tampa Bay Lightning. And in the postseason, Phil Kessel put up 29 points in 23 games. Kessel starting off season 6 as a 91 overall and is still playing on the first line with Zegras and Cardwell. Phil Kessel finished out the season with 33 goals and 50 assists for 83 points as the Ducks finished 27th in the entire league and missing the playoffs. The Blackhawks finished first in the league with 112 points and Andrei Snechikov led all players with 112 points. Draisaitl led the league with 63 goals. Whoever this guy is led all goaltending, and the Canucks won the Stanley Cup. This is Kessel's last year on his $14.3 million deal, and he will be starting off the season as a 90 overall. He will be playing on the first line with Knutson and Zegras. Kessel put up 38 goals and 44 assists for 82 points. The Ducks finished 24th in the entire league. Nathan MacKinnon and Elias Allmark retire, and the Kings win the Stanley Cup. Kessel signed a 6-year, $11.8 million deal with the Leafs, and he will be playing on the first line with O'Reilly and Nylander. Just to show you guys how I cannot rig this, I'm in control of the Seattle Kraken right now, so I had nothing to do with Kessel going to Toronto. Phil Kessel finished the year with 72 points, and the Leafs missed the playoffs. The Panthers won the cup. At the beginning of Season 9, Phil Kessel is a 91 overall and is playing on the first line with Nylander and O'Reilly. At the end of the season, Phil Kessel put up 34 goals and 61 assists for 95 points, and the Leafs finished 14th and make the playoffs. But their time in the playoffs won't last long as they're getting eliminated in 6 games in the first round to the Flyers. In 6 games, Kessel put up 3 points, and Vegas won the cup. At the beginning of Season 10, Phil Kessel is up to a 92 overall, and he's playing on the first line with William Nylander and Jay Gavin. Phil Kessel put up 47 goals, 38 assists for 85 points, and the Leafs finished 21st in the league and they missed the playoffs again. The Avalanche won the Stanley Cup. At the beginning of Season 11, he's a 91 overall. Kessel finished out the season with 79 points, and the Leafs finished 9th in the entire league. The Leafs got eliminated in the third round to the Detroit Red Wings, and Phil Kessel put up 12 points in 16 games. Kessel starting off year 12 as a 91 overall, and Kessel's putting up 80 points, and the Leafs finished 29th in the entire league. This is Kessel's last year on his contract, and he's starting off the season as an 89 overall. Kessel only finished out the season with 59 points, and the Leafs finished 12th in the entire league. The Leafs got eliminated in the third round to the Columbus Blue Jackets, and Kessel put up 26 points in 17 games. Phil Kessel signed a 4-year, $12 million deal with the Leafs, and is starting out the season as an 86 overall. Phil Kessel finished the season with 56 points, and the Leafs finished 25th in the league. Phil Kessel starting off season 15 as a 85 overall. He's finishing out the season with 71 points, and the Leafs finished 22nd in the league and missing the playoffs once again. The Leafs traded Phil Kessel to the Seattle Kraken. Phil Kessel starting season 16 as an 84 overall, and he's finishing out the season with 69 points. Seattle finished 28th in the league and missed the playoffs. Phil Kessel starting off season 17 as an 81 overall. At the trade deadline, Seattle traded Phil Kessel to the St. Louis Blues. Phil Kessel finished the season with 64 points, and St. Louis finished first in the entire league. St. Louis had eliminated in the third round to the Vegas Golden Knights. Phil Kessel had 13 points in 14 playoff games. Phil Kessel re-signed with the Leafs, and he's starting off the season as a 78 overall in the minors. Phil Kessel put up 64 points in the NHL, and the Leafs finished 14th in the entire league. But the Leafs are losing in 5 games to the Bruins in the first round. Phil Kessel put up 1 point in 5 playoff games. If you can't beat him, join him. Phil Kessel joined the Boston Bruins as a 78 overall. Phil Kessel finished the season with 55 points, and the Boston Bruins finished 23rd in the entire league. Phil Kessel starting season 20 off as a 75 overall. At the end of the season, Phil Kessel put up 56 points, and the Boston Bruins finished 9th in the entire league. But maybe Phil Kessel should have stayed with the Leafs, as the Leafs are eliminating the Bruins in the second round. Phil Kessel decided to call it a career. Phil Kessel played for 20 seasons. He played in 1,724 games, had 732 goals, 868 assists for 1,600 points, and he played for the Ducks, the Leafs, the Kraken, the Blues, and the Bruins. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm going to give it to Barack Obama to end this video off.
Welcome to the White House, and we are here to celebrate an extraordinary achievement. Phil Kessel is a Stanley Cup champion.